Okay, hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Ashley. I've been coaching for about 3.5, 4 years now. And this is Becca. How long have
Hi.
you been coaching for?
A year now.
Ah,
Yeah,
I didn't realize it's
just
been that
hit a
long.
year. I got my 365er in the mail like a month ago. So
Yeah. I just got the 3-year one a little
nice.
while ago, so I was like, dang, it's been a while. Um, what like got you into starting to coach? Like why did you decide to get involved, period?
Well, because you were showing up in your stories every day and being very consistent and super happy. And so I thought I would jump in because I was kind of on a wonky gym schedule. Like I was trying to build my own fitness routine and it wasn't working. I didn't understand anything about nutrition. So I thought I'd give Beachbody a go. And within like the first week, I fell in love with the programs, with the meal plans, with Shakeology, and I just felt really good. So I thought, I want everyone else to feel this good.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how my story started too, is I started with the programs first and I did like one program and then I got pregnant and I knew I loved the programs, but I didn't have the mindset at the time yet to, oh, you can still do this while you're pregnant, Ashley. So I like thought, oh, quit everything. And my pregnancy, like after working out and eating healthy and stuff and then just stopping all that, I got super depressed during my pregnancy. And I was like, this is not okay. And I realized, like, obviously pregnancy and hormones are insane, but the fact that I stopped working out and eating healthy, like, made it so much worse. So at like 30 weeks, I started working out and eating healthy again. Not recommended. Like, if you're not working out and eating healthy to start doing something in the middle of your pregnancy, talk to your doctor. But that's what I did. And I finally, at like 38 weeks pregnant, I was like, I'm just going to coach. um, when you first thought about coaching, did you have like any like fears or objections to the idea?
I was so scared of what people thought about me. I was really anxious at first about being just completely putting myself out there, sharing everything, especially like with my workouts. I just didn't want any of my peers, especially because I'm pretty fresh out of high school. So I still am involved with like a lot of people from high school's lives, which, as horrible as it sounds, I was just worried about what everyone was going to think of me and what I was doing after school. And I just was really scared of everyone's judgment. That was my biggest setback when I first started.
It's so insane because I can totally relate to that. And that's exactly what so many people are like, no, I don't think I could do what you do because you're posting on social media and I can't post on social media all the time. And the fact that we stop ourselves from doing something that literally changes our life and makes us feel amazing due to what other people think baffles me now. Like now it does, but back then, totally related. And those people don't pay our bills. So I finally was like, if they're not going to support me for doing something I love that's bettering my life and helping my financial situation, why are they in my life in the first place? But it takes a minute to get past that.
It does.
Um, okay, so after you got started, what was some of the first changes that you like started noticing, like all
The
around?
very, the very, very first change that I experienced was a complete mental shift. Before I started, I was very, very self-conscious. Like I was just uncomfortable. And as soon as I started, it was almost like a placebo effect. Like I hadn't had any real results yet, but just the act of getting on a good routine, on a good schedule, of knowing that I'm taking care of myself completely 100% was like a complete mental shift. Like I instantly felt very, very positive. Like I've struggled with like some mental issues before, and I instantly, like, I felt like I had had a breakthrough. And with that came like so much more energy. Like before, I just felt like I was glued to the couch. Like I could not get out off of the couch. And as soon as I started, I would just be so excited. I wake up every day excited to work out, excited to drink my shake. And with that, obviously, with the more energy came the physical changes. Like I started to become more toned. I started to like slim down just a bit. Like I didn't have a giant transformation at the beginning because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted, and I wasn't using heavy weights, but still, like I did shed like a little bit. But the biggest change was definitely mental. And then with the mental came the physical.
So that made me think of 2 points. One, a lot of people think before they get started with the coaching side of this, that they have to do like an entire program and have like a perfect body or a perfect before and after picture to get started. That is the opposite of what you should do. Because if you're getting on there and you're showing them like, everyone, here's day one, like posting on social media and showing people like, I'm in this with you. Here's day one to day 30, day 100, because we're all doing morning meltdown 100 right now. And you have people that follow you and start following you as you go on that journey. They're going to see that you put in that hard work, and they're going to see from day 1 to day 100. And if I would have started at day 100 with you, I could be where you're at right now. And to just go through that journey out loud on social media is what is inspiring. The before and after, that's inspiring, but it almost seems unrealistic when they just see the afters. Like they're like, well, she did it, but I don't know how she did it, or I didn't see her do it, so it's not as inspiring. Okay, so that was the one point that brought up. Mm-hmm. The other point was like the mental mind shift that you were talking about. And one thing that we do as coaches is we're always digging into like the mental piece of life in general, and always working on just doing better, being more, helping each other, empowering each other. Like when I went to my very first Beachbody event, I was so freaking scared, like anxiety level through the roof, so scared. I was actually pregnant also, so I didn't think I'd fit in. And just going to that event and the atmosphere and the people who supported me and were just like, oh my gosh, you rock for being here when you're pregnant. And like, they just lifted me up and made me feel like I mattered and I belonged. And I've never experienced that with anything else in my life. And that's one of the reasons why I've stuck with coaching for so long. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where else was I wanting to go with that though with you? Okay. So business side of things, how did that start to like trickle in and make changes in your life?
Once I realized that I could actually get people to join me, I started to have fun. Like, I mean, I had fun from the get-go, like doing the workouts and stuff, but there's something about building a community and like knowing that I'm positively influencing people that just made it fun. And it was almost like addicting. Like I wanted to keep helping people. And that was also like another mental shift, but in a different way. Like I was proud of what I was doing. Like I was impacting people in a positive way. And that just I completely changed who I was as a person. I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. My mind's drawing a blank. Basically, once I realized that I could have fun and make money at the same time, not that it's about the money at all. That's why I wasn't sure how I wanted to word it. But once I realized that I could make money doing something I love and having fun at the same time, like that was like a game changer for me. And it made me want to constantly show up and like just keep reaching out to people. And it made me stop caring about what people thought, because I was like, well, again, like you said, if this person doesn't want to support me, then they're just not my person. And that's totally fine. And you learn who should be in your life and who shouldn't along the way. It's a life lesson, and like just changes you positively.
Yeah. And the part about like not sure like how to word it with being able to earn an income, I started like actually coaching because I wanted to earn an income. Like completely selfishly, I started coaching because I wanted to earn an income. And that's not a bad thing. Like it would be a bad thing if I wasn't actually doing the workout programs or drinking Shakeology or eating, like using our products or anything, like, but I was using our products. I loved our products. I believed in our products. And that's why I knew I could help other people with this and make an income. And if I loved what we had to offer and I was able to help other people and earn an income for my family, why not? Like,
Right.
why hide that? Why be scared of that? Like, so, and it took me a while to finally admit that, because I thought it was selfish and people would think that I'm just trying to sell them. But that's not the case at all. Like, if somebody doesn't want this, that's totally fine. They don't have to have this. And I didn't want to go on social media and seem like I was just selling people either. That was like a big fear of mine. Like, I don't want to be salesy. So I'm not salesy. If you go on my posts, it's not flash sale, I have this offer for you. And I don't have like a Shakeology bottle and smearing it on people and telling them like, this offer today only, this offer here. Like, yeah, we do sometimes have offers that are only available once, like in a month, but I'm sharing my life and I'm sharing what's changed and I'm showing people what's changed, and I'm wording it in a different way other than flash sale here. And so, yeah. And when I very first started, I seen my coach working from the beach. Like, she had her laptop at the beach. She was probably at her mom's house, I believe, who lived at the beach. And she had her laptop and she had her kids playing. And she was talking about how she was earning an income while hanging out at the beach. And that right there, I was like, I love the beach. How can I work from the beach? And so it took me all summer long to finally reach out to her and ask her, like, how are you earning an income while you're working from the beach? Like, I know you do the fitness stuff, because she's helped me with the fitness stuff before. And so I finally reached out to her and I asked her about it. And that's when she was like, you should do it. And I was like, I don't know. But then, like, for me, we were in such a financial crunch. Like, when I say financial crunch, we were at the hospital with my youngest son, Leighton. He had jaundice, so he had to stay an extra 2 days, or an extra, I don't know how long extra. But I got released, and we were on Medicaid at the time, and Medicaid was paying for me to be able to eat in the bed in the room through the hospital. Like, so it's eating hospital food paid for by Medicaid. And they're like, so you're released, but you get to stay in the room, so you don't get to like order the food. And I'm like, how much is the food going to cost? And it's probably only like $7. But I looked at Levi and I instantly was like, we don't have the money to afford me to eat the food here. How am I going to eat? And he went home and he got me peanut butter, jelly, and bread. And I had peanut butter and jelly toast like in the mornings, and I had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunches. And my family, thank the Lord, would bring me dinners at night when they'd come up and visit. And when I was sitting in the hospital, because I had already signed up as a coach, but I didn't put in the actual work, I wasn't actually posting every day and doing the actual work, I was like, oh my gosh, I could be earning an income while I'm sitting here in the hospital. Because Leighton was under the lights. Like, I couldn't hold him. I couldn't do too much while I was sitting in the hospital bed. And Levi had to go back to work right away, because God forbid he took one day off and we were like, go back to work. We need the money. Go back to work. And so I sat there in the hospital and I told people, like, hey, I'm going to be starting back up with my health and fitness journey, like ASAP. Healthy eating starting like the moment I get home. And as soon as I get cleared by my doctors, I'm starting this program. I'm going to start a boot camp the same time I start my program. It's going to be on this date and you should join me. And I just sat in the hospital bed and started working, because I was never going to be in a situation where I couldn't afford a $7 meal again in my entire life. No way. I couldn't go back to that. So income drove me. And this has helped me. I had to go back to work for a while after Leighton was born, but now I get to stay at home with my boys. For you, Becca, where do you see like coaching bringing you? Like, where, like, because we've created so many goals in this business to where it's like, my big goal in the beginning was to stay at home with my boys. Do you have like big goals that you've been setting?
My big goal is for this to be my life. Like, I really don't want to go back to school. Like, there's nothing else. Everybody's been like hounding me. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You need to go back to school. And I'm like, I know what I want to do. So this is like, my goal is to just work the business and see where it takes me. Like, I would love absolutely nothing more. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not building a family, but I would love nothing more for when that time comes to be able to spend as much time with them as I possibly can. Right now, the work schedule that I'm working, I can't get time off. Like, I can put in requests, but I'm lucky if I get more than one day off a week. And I don't want to live like that forever. I want to be able to live at my own leisure and do what I want to do when I want to do it, especially come the time when I have a family. Like, there's nothing more than I'm going to want than that. Right.
So, okay, so let's explain a little bit what goes into like coaching. What is the work that we do day to day?
Connecting with new people, bringing new people to like realize what you're doing, like just popping up on their social media, reaching out to new people, just like, hey, like, are you also on a health and fitness journey? Just trying to figure out like what they're doing, what they're into, if it's something, just learn something about them to see if it would be something that they would be interested in. And if it is, then, you know, you might have a potential someone to join your boot camp. Posting every day, showing up on people. The more you post, the more you're going to show up on people's feed, or I guess I should call it, and they're going to be curious. What you really want to do is make people curious about what you're doing, why you're doing it. You want them to realize you're having fun. We like to refer to it as FOMO, like the fear of missing out. You want people to want in on what you're doing.
Yes, 100%. And so when we talk about the boot camps and what that is so we have either like a Facebook boot camp or we have like an app that you can use. We personally use our Facebook group just because it's worked for us. It's working for us. We've done the apps before too, and there's a lot of coaches who use that. So there's 2 different platforms that you can use, but basically what we're doing is we're just showing up. We're checking in with our challengers. We're teaching them how to go in and actually like find their meal plan and figure out like what they need to be eating every day and the best route for them. We show them the workouts. We do daily check-ins with motivation and accountability. Sometimes we'll add in like prizes or like giveaways, different things like that. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so. Not with the groups.
Yeah. So that's like, basically that's like our job, is hosting those accountability groups, those boot camps, those, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. We just usually call them boot camps because it's more our style. But if something else is your style, you could call it something else. Yeah. Okay. So that's like the gist of like what it is we do as a coach every day and everything like that. So if you were wanting to get started as a coach today, first I would say it depends on if you're already a customer or you might even be a discount coach already. So you're going to want to talk to your coach about it and figure out like what the best route is. But the best route if you're brand new just coming in is to get set up with our challenge pack that includes all the workouts for the entire year, your first bag of Shakeology. If you're like, I don't really want the shakes, I want like the pre-workout and the post-workout, you could do that instead of the Shakeology. But we really do find it extremely important and almost crucial that you get set up with something, because like we said in the beginning, like, yeah, okay, I could have been all in this for the money, but I would have never have gotten anywhere if I wasn't a product of the product. And being a product of the product is 100% a part of this business. So if you already do have stuff, you could get set up for like the $40. There's a lot of different options, and I really do want you to reach out to your coach. But like that challenge pack that I talked about was $160. But we do have a promo code where you could get $10 off of that right now. Becca has it. I have it. Your coach has it. So just ask them about it. I don't know if I'm missing anything there.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
All right. Well, then we will wrap this up. If you have any questions, just ask your coach. We are more than welcome or more than happy to answer them.
You're more than welcome to ask.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.